Today we're rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. See what Zyber's in danger today. We're going to start off with Iona's Charm. It's a 2-mana artifact. As long as your life total is less than 7, Iona's Charm isn't a creature. But little does this card know that if your life total is above 7, it is also not a creature. However, still spitting straight facts. Iona's Charm can't be blocked. That's right, all I need to do is pull out my Karn the Great Creator, slam it onto the battlefield, animate my own Iona's Charm, and you a dead man. When you cast this spell, create a blood token. That's value. And then we got, pay 4 mana, tap. All creatures get -2 until end of turn? No! No, 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 no. You know, this economy is pretty rough already for the 1 toughness creatures. Now we're going after the 2 toughness creatures. Before we know it, like, if the Wild Nikachu as a 3/3 is going to be the new 1/1. Anyway, I hate this card. Now, truth be told, there's 4 abilities on here, and it's all perfect English. So, I mean, it passes in that regard, but I'm not printing the damn thing. I don't want to see it. You know, Iona's Charm is very charmful. She'll get through any guards. She can't be blocked, but you know what? The moment she comes to my house and she drinks all the beer out of my fridge. Not that I drink. She brought beer and then drank it all and didn't share any of it. She's getting out of here. All right, I don't need her charm. All right, moving on. We got the Bros Leader. It's a black 3 generic 5/4 Spirit Knight with reach. That actually makes a whole lot of sense. Why don't spirits have reach? They're ghosts. They're flying in the air. They already have oh no. Oh, that's because they fly already. Okay, that's I'm just being stupid here. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Okay, so these spirits, they don't fly, but they can block the flying creatures anyway. Whenever this creature mutates, create boo treasure tokens. I can only imagine that is like some sort of 1/1 spirit that you can sack for mana. It is a bit weird to mutate something that's already dead. This does not sound like a flavor win as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, what are the boo? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, and for that reason, get out of here. Now, 4 mana for a 5/4 with reach. Who cares? Yeah, I was wondering, why don't the spirits have reach? Oh, that's right. They fly already. If there's any flyers... Sorry, maybe there's some spirits that don't fly. They should have reach. Spooky treasure for Halloween. That's possible. All right, moving on. We got the Ojitic Vivian Thief. It's a red-blue 3 generic instant. Destroy target creature if it's a land. All right, you hear that, Arbor Elf? We're coming right after you. I'm coming after the Arbor Elf, the Treetop Village, the Fairy Conclave. What is it? Shambling Vents, I think, is one. This is a very expensive creature land destruction card. But it's, yeah, finally the land hate that blows up that... It's a little late, but, you know, better late than never. We have some answer to... Oh, what's the blue-white, the Azorius one? I want to say Colossus something. I don't remember what it is because it doesn't even see play anymore. It's too late. Lands that come into play tap, they're basically useless. Yeah, it's still a land. We have got bad news for you. That's right. This is removal for all that cards that are still a land for no damn reason. We always wondered, why is it still a land? Well, you know what? The AI had a plan for it. There we have now removal for all those things that are still a land for no reason whatsoever. Yeah. What? Quite the thief. Actually, I don't even know why it's called a thief. It destroyed the thing that they stole. Anyway, okay. Yeah, print it, sure. You'll see some very niche... You'll see actually probably a lot of play in the AI world, because everything is also still land. We got Morgie Chire, a black 1 generic sorcery. Morgie Chire deals damage to target player or planeswalker equal to your devotion to its owner's hand. We count our hand as devotion now, equal to your devotion to... Oh no, but we're still dealing the damage... No, we're dealing the damage to target player or planeswalker. What the hell's up with this owner's hand thing? I don't think... We're making a lot of sense around here. Unless your devotion are equal to the number of cards that your opponent has drawn. I'm also you know what? I agree, Bread. I'm also devoted to my hand. A full hand means I'm fully devoted to card draw. 10x says, I'm devoted to my wife's hand. How much damage do I do? I think it's devoted to your opponent's hand. Looks like Wednesday Adam and thing. Oh yeah, the hand, right, from the Addams family. All right, I don't like it. It don't make sense. Chaos did not exactly ensue that far, but still. All right, we got the Restless Jerry. It's a red 3 generic 6/6 horror. And we got for 12 mana. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. And I can only do this once. So they actually have inhibited infinite mana. Wow, the economy is so bad these days. You put in a full day work of that 12 mana, and all you have to show for it is +1/+1 until end of turn. They balance the card. You have infinite mana. It's actually not going to do all that much. Still, I mean, 5 mana for a 6/6. It's not the most terrible rate. It's balanced. I don't even know if you're ever gonna get that 12 mana off. It's just randomly. It's for the people who flood out. Don't be complaining now, because now with you, when you flood out the 12 lands, you can just buff up whatever very few permanents you have to +1/+1. All right, ship it. Thank God they can only do it once. It could be broken. If they could do it twice, it'd be over. Don't underestimate infinite mana, though, people. It buffs itself. Okay, we got the Scion of the Enderg. Whatever the hell of the Ender. Okay, it's a gate land. Gates are coming back. Maze's End. The stock of Maze's End is going up. Scion of the Enderg enters the battlefield tapped. When Scion of the Enderg enters the battlefield, you get 4 energy and tap all lands target player controls. That's actually insane. Oh man, the problem with energy cards is that all the enablers suck. But if you have this, and then maybe if you can blink this land a few times, you don't get any mana off of this card, but you can still tutor for it with Maze's End. You could tutor for several Sign of the Ender. We have 2 garbage mechanics, the gate mechanic plus the energy mechanic. Together, maybe a danger. I have no idea if this is any good or not. There are some broken energy cards. The problem is getting the energy. Well, because the energy really sucks. You tap only on... Yeah, I mean, that's fine, though. Hey, are you afraid of the person with a little counter magic? Sign of the Enderg, buddy! Tap all your lands. That's right. Okay, that you can float all the mana you want. I'm gonna move to my second main phase. Alright, it's time to play some cards. Counterspell decks hate this card. Ruin all their counter magic with this one simple trick. Yeah, it doesn't tap for mana. That is... I like that design, to be honest. I love all those old... The Maze of Ith. The Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale. Or maybe not specifically that card. I love those old cards that the lands that don't tap for mana, but they have a sweet ability. It's like, you sacrifice your land drop for this. It's cool. Reprint Maze of Ith into Modern, please. In answer to Grief and Furies and everything else. Alright, I don't know if it danger or not, but we're gonna make it pass. We got Mulk. Thanks so much for your super chat. Reading AI cards the best show. Everyone agrees, and so do my YouTube analytics. All right, next we got Kiora, Avatar of the Pain. You're the Avatar of the Pain. You haven't felt pain until you found Kiora here. Kiora turned into a human or something. It's a Little Mermaid story. Kiora now a human soldier. Indestructible 1/3. As Kiora, Avatar of the Pain, enters the battlefield, sacrifice any number of permanents. Okay, I would prefer to choose 0. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform. Got a little bit of werewolf thing going on here. I think I gotta zoom out for here. We got Liliana, Caller of the Nephilim. Play with the top card of your library revealed. Your opponents can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. This seems like a real card. Like, seriously. It's pretty close. Can I oh, we can get a close-up here. I didn't know. So the first half is just a white 2 generic 1/3 that's indestructible. Ignore the sacking thing. It's pointless. And it can turn into a 4/4. And everyone gets to see what's up on your on the top of your library. You play with the top card of your library revealed, but you may not cast anything from the top of your library. Also, it loses indestructible. Maybe that's a downer. That's really funny. So you need to skip one turn to get Liliana. Oh yeah, it's weird. Kiora turned into Liliana. Yeah, you just have to pass the turn. The names and the types are a mess. Yeah, Liliana is now a Videlcan Artificer. I'm not gonna lie. I think I like Liliana as a Videlcan Artificer a little bit more than what she was before. Blue does her very well. It's kind of weak, to be honest. It's just Arcane Lab. Hey, it's Arcane Laboratory on a creature. You can't have enough Arcane Laboratories. I kid you not. I think this would see playing Commander. I think it would see Commander play. It is, whoops. I think that is going to be a pass. It's going to be a pass for me. Okay, let's move on. Nezumi. The Stonebringer. Like to bring them rocks around here. Okay, we have a blue-white 3/1 dragon with madness of a red 1 generic. It's got first strike. Nezumi, Stonebringer, may destroy the command zone this game. Holy crap! You have command zone? No more. The command... So, I mean, what does that mean? Like, so if a commander dies, it's gone. It's got nowhere to go. Normally it would go to the command zone, but you can. I'm sorry, it's destroyed. I blew up the command zone. Yeah, I guess everybody's command zone. Because it's not really specifically saying any more command. Well, I mean, I guess if your commander is there, it's toast. But if you at least got it out of the command zone, it's probably fine. Silvergun Games is like, in danger. It is easy to cast. You get this out on turn 1. You just go your Chromox, play a land, and boom. Oh, it says you may destroy the command zone this game. You have the option not to. But if you see someone's commander and it's all broken, you better believe I'm gonna blow it up. Commander's already in the command zone. Go to the graveyard. Good question. Probably. It's, yeah, it's weird. It's not an ability or trigger. Yeah, it doesn't enter the battlefield. It just says it may destroy the command zone this game. For that reason, it's gotta be disqualified. This card don't make no sense. I see where it's going though. You can madness this stupid thing onto the battlefield. I think it's an interesting mechanic though, to deny people the command zone maybe for the rest of the, like if a commander enters the battlefield, they can no longer go back to the command zone. It either has to be shuffled into your library or go to the graveyard. And then you gotta figure something else out. Like, while this creature is in play, creatures cannot go back to the command zone or something to that effect. Well, the command zone is a state, just like the graveyard, the battlefield, and exile. Better believe it. One day we're gonna destroy the graveyard. You're gonna have no more graveyard cards. Whenever they would go to the graveyard, they just go to exile. Okay, it's Urza. Urza, the first Fugge? What the hell is that? Blue, green, green, 3 generic legendary artifact. I just see a trash can here. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Urza, the first Fugge. If you do, Urza, the first Fugge, to the battlefield under your control. Yes. If we sacrifice it, where does it really go? It actually just comes back under our control in the first place. It's like it never left. Anyway, it doesn't make any sense. Get out of here. Urza has gone through some changes as of late. Yeah. And this was the first iteration of Urza, you know? It was a young Urza, even though there's like a beard here. This is like looks like Lego Urza to some degree. Fugge this card. Nice combo with Unoccult Anvil. I don't know what it is. Beginning of your upkeep, sack this thing if you do return to the battlefield. If you do... So, I mean, I guess it's not illegal. So it's a card that just sacks itself and it just comes back. So it's just like blinking itself. Maybe it's technically fine. It's just a weird 6 mana... It's one person's trash, it's another person's trash. It's like, I threw this in the garbage. And then I'm like, do you know what? No. I take it back. I don't want to leave this thing. I'm too close to this hat. Or pine cone, I have no idea what the hell I'm looking at. Or pylon, sorry. Dude in the back is his apprentice. Dude in the back is like, hey, you shouldn't throw that away. Come on, you never know when you need that thing. And then Urza is like, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm so stupid. How could I part myself with my pylon? Okay, Overgring Fairy, the red-blue generic 1. So the red-blue 1 generic 4/4 angel with haste. This is a pretty strong creature already. Whenever Overgring Fairy deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 5 mana. If you do, take an extra turn after this one. Oh, but you have to exile it. This is strong. This is very strong. This is very interesting, though. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. 3 mana for a 4/4 hasting angel that also claims to be a fairy. Very strong. But you do have to sacrifice this creature. So if you, oh no, but you also get to deal damage. Okay, smack you for 4, pay 5 mana. I get another card. I wouldn't say this card is fair. I would bet that this would be definitely somewhere between tier 1, tier 0. It's probably a bannable card. Maybe it's fine in Commander. I would never want to see this in one-on-one. 3 mana. Anyway, I think it's outrageous. This is danger. It definitely a danger, but it's an intelligible card, so. It's legendary, so it just goes back to the command zone. Oh my god! The card just gets worse the deeper we read it. So if you have enough mana, you can attack, deal damage. Like if you have like infinite mana or infinite treasures, just play it again from the command zone. Attack, deal damage, pay 5, sacrifice, who cares? It can go infinite by itself if you have infinite mana. Doesn't vote flying. Oh yeah, voted for deeply. This is a fairy angel. It's an angel fairy by name that doesn't fly. Very bizarre. It doesn't have flying shred. Voted for deeply. Did not vote for flying. Anyway, interesting card. I have no idea if this thing should be printed. Would be an interesting card to see what would happen if it existed. Probably it's just broken. It's an extra turn. It's already like a pushed 3 mana 4/4 haste creature. Okay, we have the Azorius by name, green at heart. The Azorius Filchurn, green 2 generic for a 4/4. What is this? It's an artifact elf druid. It's more machine than man. Classic Darth Vader story. Azorius Filchurn enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. But you get to choose X! At the beginning of each player's end step, that player returns a creature card from their graveyard to their hand. And when Azorius Filchurn enters the battlefield, create a colorless equipment artifact creature token named Tappy. Tap it around. A card in your hand. Return to your hand this way. Draw 3 cards. Well, okay, so it just fell apart at the end. Chaos ensued it was broken from the start because it's an infinitely large creature, and then chaos ensued at the end. Below his neck is a robot body. I don't doubt it. X can be anything. Absolutely anything. We got the Tappy Typal. What does Tappy do? Well, we don't know because the card sort of fell apart at the end. Card realized, oh, I'm running out of space. How do I shorten this explanation as quickly as possible? Has something to do with drawing 3 cards, so you know I'm all for that. Anyway, get it the hell out of here. Infinite. Oh, this is a Tappy. It is literally a useless token. It is an equipment token. Good luck. It's cute. There you go. Wizards of the Coast, make Tappy tokens, and then you sell the Tappy merch. We can make a lot of money off of this damn thing. We're gonna have plushies, lunch boxes. You can make deck boxes out of it. Get your Tappy deck box right here. You can store the dice over here. Imagine your deck box with a little hand coming out of it with a big hammer. That's where the Tappy comes from. It taps. It's an artifact. Is it an artifact? Token artifact. I guess so, yeah, it's an artifact. Anyway, cute little thing. Well, yeah, everyone loves Tappy. It's the new mascot of AI generated cards. We got a Tappy over here. Okay, next up we have insanely we've never seen a casting cost like this before. Flicting Vocation for red, black, white. Sorry, Red, black, 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 blue. White, 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 1. What the hell is this? This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. For a 2/1 wall, landfall. How many landfalls are you gonna have left? You already spent all your landfalls to get this damn thing in play. Okay, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Or we can call this is in the top 5 AI-generated cards. You will not be playing. This is worse than Draft Chaff. This is downright unplayable. Yeah, you got 1 life. It's gonna compensate you for that fetch land. In the year, I don't know, it's like, in a world that they're trying to balance the fetch lands, this is not how you do it. It's a wall without defender. That is true, it can attack. But I'm not certain, but maybe I'm wrong, but I think all walls naturally have defender. Like it's part of its creature, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not a wall player, people. I don't play walls. Yeah, what is this? A card from 95? This looks like something they would make in 95. Enormous casting cost, small power and toughness, very underwhelming ability. No. Wall is a wall. Think how rare this card would be a week after release when most of them have been incinerated for being useless. That's not how Draft Chaff works. It just goes into a big box and then forgotten forever in your closet. Walls no longer naturally have defender. Ah, so that was an old rule. Otherwise, changelings wouldn't be able to attack. Oh! I gotta look that. I'm gonna write that down. Walls and changelings. I'm gonna see what happened. The chicken or the egg? What came first? But yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, changelings are walls, technically. As weird as that is. Imagine opening this in your draft pack. It's a rare, too. Oh my, what's your rare, buddy? Oh, this thing must be a... Imagine being a new player. You might think this card's insane, because it's got this enormous casting cost. Landfall. When a land enters the battlefield, I gain a life! I play lands every turn! This card is broken! And they realize they never get to cast it. Anyway, it passes. It's not a good card, but it is a legal card. Oh, there's a wastes. Okay, we got the Gloom Staller, not a Gloom Stalker. The Gloom Staller's Pouncer. White-green 1 generic for a bird soldier. When Gloom Staller's Pouncer enters the battlefield, search your library for a forest card. Put it onto the battlefield. Search your library for a forest card. Put it onto the battlefield. Search your library for a forest card, and you put it onto the battlefield. But that's not all, because we search our library for a forest card, and we put it on the battlefield. And then we search our library for a forest card and put it on the battlefield. And then search your... It doesn't even end. Are we just infinitely looking for all the forest cards? And by the way, forest cards, it's like Arbor Elf, it's Savannah, it's the Triomes. It can be anything. How many forests do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least even by the cards count, 3 mana to put 5 lands in play. That's broken. Wow, they're pouncing. The bird is in the middle, the little among all the forests. Yeah, search your. Keep going. Where does it end? Can we break this with something like Chroma or Devotion? No, Devotion doesn't count for lands in play. It counts for mana symbols on the battlefield. Although, yeah, you could use the Devotion from the card itself if you want. It is a... Oh, this is a weird creature bird soldier. It's got no power and toughness. It actually... It's like one of those cards. The longer you look at it, the worse it gets. It's not even tapped. Creature with no attack or defense. AI is so dumb, it's not even funny. Hey, don't be saying that about the AI, all right? They're gonna be our overlords one day. They're gonna look back on your chat history and it's like, you spoke badly about us. Now we're super gods. What are you saying about our intelligence now? Just waiting for the AI. Darkstar Ashura says, I'm just waiting for the day the AI makes Maskwood Nexus. But for land types. Oh, I have super chats around here. You people are super chatting. Barbara, thank you so much for your super chat. Please make tier list of all the amphibians and reptile creatures show in the future. By the way, AI generated is my favorite show. Thank you very much, Barbara. Oh, think about the amphibians and reptiles. What a weird show. Okay, we have Dominic. You're a great entertainer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dominic. I appreciate it. Use this to ramp into... How are we? So yeah, it's like, how do we even cast this card? Doesn't even make any sense. Well, here's the catch. We'll give you as much ramp as possible, but it's got to be old forest cards. You got to be playing with a lot of dual lands. Yeah, this is like every color except green. All right. You just got to fill your deck up with a bunch of triomes and dual lands that all are attached to forests, and you'll make it work. You can't look for... Now, here's the thing. You can't look for infinite forests, because you could have infinite forests in your deck. I mean, sorry, like basic forests. You gotta go and look for one. You can only have so many dual lands and triomes. They were thinking this thing through, all right? There's a limited number of multi-forest cards. Oh, no, what am I talking about? You can find basic forest with this thing. All right, anyway. No, it's really stupid. It's too broken. The ultimate ramp card. It's worse than Channel, technically, if your deck is big enough. Giant Venged. It is a human Tildex? I don't even know what a Tildex is, but he is skateboarding. This guy knows how to do an ollie. All right, we got a blue, white, green, 2, generic, 2, 5. All slivers have at the beginning of the flip. Slick this turn, you gain 1 life. At the beginning of the flip, you be slick. And if you do, you get 1 life. Who doesn't want 1 life for being slick this turn? Yeah, the slick flip dude. The card is slick. Imagine riding a skateboard back. It must have been terrible. Look at that cobblestone road. There is no way you're going to be grinding anything on that. Man. I mean, hey, it's magic. You can just put a spell on your skateboard, and then all of a sudden it's like a hoverboard. I landed a flip stick the other day. Is a flip stick like an actual move with a skateboard? What's a Tildex? Well, let's see. Tildex. See what Google shows me for this damn thing. It is a medicine, apparently. You look up Tildex. It is for depression. So, you know what? Don't be sad, be glad. You slick this turn. You gain 1 life. Oh, it's called a kick flip, not a slip. Well, now it's a flip slick, as far as I'm concerned. All right, this card. Okay, who am I kidding? This card doesn't make any sense. Moving on. We like our flip sticks. Okay, Worn of Gold Master. I like the picture. He does look like a gold master. It's a black 3 generic sorcery with Storm. Target player loses 2 life, and unless they pay. You're gonna lose 2 life unless you pay 2 life. This is just an alternate version of what's it called? Tendrils of Agony. We have they have access to both Worn of Goldmaster and Tendrils of Agony now. This is basically Insanguate. You're gonna target player loses 2 life unless they pay 2 life. You can counter it. You can counter my 1 copy of Worn of Goldmaster by paying 2 life. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. We can do this the easy way, or we could do this the hard way. It does work. And to be honest, it is so close to a real card that we definitely have to make it pass. It almost looks stupid, but technically Tendrils of Agony is better because yeah, it's just better. You're losing the 2 life anyway, but you gain 2 life off of Tendrils of Agony. Storm, it does it danger, but this is actually a weaker version of a real card. As strange as that is. It looks like it's broken, but they printed this. Oh, JML with the spitting facts here. The epitome of illusion of choice. You feel like of a choice, but really you don't. would you like to lose 2 life, or would you like to pay 2 life? I leave the choice up to you. You take the blue pill, you lose 2 life. You take the red pill, you pay 2 life. I guess in one way, it makes you feel like you're in charge if you pay 2 life. You know what? You're not going to make me lose 2 life. I'm paying the 2 life. Just like how I choose to spend my money at FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite sponsor. Okay, deal of the week. You might have... it's November 1st, but maybe you can squeeze in on that spooktacular sale, 15% off all singles. Otherwise, get your pre-orders for The Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Get your new versions of Cavern of Souls, your merfolk, your vampires, your dinosaurs, your dino buddies. You got a dinosaur deck that you need some sprucing up. There's more playables on the way. In the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, you can get your singles at fusiongamingonline.com because it supports the channel, and you can get an additional 5% off all your purchases when you're using coupon code Nikachu at checkout. Why wouldn't you want to do that? We're also going to thank our sponsor, Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Best place to play decks on Magic Online when new cards come out. Because you don't know if you really want to buy into these cards. Rent them before you even buy them in paper to make sure they are the cards that are meant for your deck. And you can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_3KF. Okay, back to the insanity that are AI generated cards. What happens if you take the red pill and the blue pill at the same time? You lose 4 life. Okay, oh, the pylon is back. We were just talking about the pylon from the Urza thing. Summoner's Jest. I don't know where I am. Where did you go? I can't see you anymore. Okay, we have a blue 3 generic. This implies that there are vehicles in Magic the Gathering. I wonder if they have speeding laws. Okay, enchantment with cycling of 2. Alright, so you get some value no matter what. When Summons Jest enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token and a 1/1 green wolf creature that's still land, which can be blowed up by that Is It card that we looked at earlier. Yeah, we got a target for that Ojitik Vivian Thief. You remember the exact card. That's why they made it. Got to balance all those cards that are still land out there. Ship it for the art alone. I would love it. I mean, this is probably looks more like an unset card. I would love it if there's like 1 card out there. So it looks like this is Batman. You got the cape. You got like the bat belt out here. I want to say that it's Batman over there. The card, I guess, makes enough sense that we give it a pass. What was that? Wolf, hello? Oh, I missed a comment here. I love that this is having a jest with summons. True story. The cone stands alone. Why is it enchantment? I don't know. There are a lot of enchantments actually out there that when it enters the battlefield, you get some tokens. So, devotion! You get devotion, people. You never know when you need that devotion for that Thassa. We have a forest. Okay, Crowder Explorer. Oh, a level up card. The AI has discovered level up. Okay, we have a white 1 generic human cleric avatar. It is, I guess it's naturally a 2/2. You level up for a blue 1 generic. And then when you get up to level 2 to 3, Horse a Source. Whenever Crowder Explorer attacks, create a 1/1 colorless sliver creature token for each artifact you control. That is interesting. So we horse a source. I guess we horse the source of a sliver? There's actually a horse here. What are they playing? Some card game? They're playing something. When you explore, you explore with your horse, that's for sure. It does horse. Is it broken? I have no idea. I guess if you have enough treasure tokens, you level this thing up. And only when it attacks. It doesn't need to deal damage. You get that 1/1 sliver. It's going straight into the sliver decks, people. Horse the source, of course. A horse is a source, of course, of course. Read Summons Jest again. All right, we'll read it again. Thank you very much, Platonic Liquid. Okay, Summons Jest. When it enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. That's... Oh, that is a 1/1 green. That is so weird. Okay, you know what? You made a 2/2 that's a 1/1 that's still a land. We made a Dryad Arbor. Hello, 2/2. You're actually 1/1. Make you feel weaker than you actually are. That is weird. Didn't catch that at all. Anyway, and then we got a horse. You horse the source, of course. All right, moving. Yeah, you technically passed. What a weird ability, though. It's named 2/2 green. What? Your name is 2/2, but you're just a 1/1. Okay, Pearl Through. It's a very pearly person. Black, 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 1 generic for a legendary Sharka. Sounds dangerous. +2, create a 1/1 red monk creature token with vigilance. I like my 1/1s with vigilance. -1, each opponent discards X cards and loses X life, where X is the number of loyalty counters on Pearl Through. Holy moly! Okay, if you go -1 immediately, they lose 3 life and they lose 3 cards. If you go just +2, then minus, and they lose 5 life, lose 5 cards. It says each opponent. And then -8, exile up to 1 other target artifact, creature, or enchantment. It's removal! This is ridiculous. His loyalty is insane too. She protects her. So you go to +6, you have a 1/1 that can protect her for a whole turn. You're probably... What do you mean it's Zybers? This card is insane. I think the card is just downright... I don't know if I really don't know if it's broken. Like, it's not a very offensive card. But you probably can kill someone every other turn with the damn loyalty. It does function. The chaos did not ensue all that much today. Yeah, horse your hand. -1 is better than... it is better than -8. Just in case someone has a card on the battlefield that says you can't lose life. Oh yeah, well, I'll see about that. Even getting to the -8 is not even hard. -8 might be worth artifact, enchantment, and exile in the black. Oh yeah, that's true. This is not a very black thing to do. Zybers in a commander precon, I'd say. I think this card is insane. I guess we could let it pass. I think she's broken. Maybe for 5 mana it should be broken, but I could be wrong. You can't exactly ramp this thing out with a bunch of colorless mana. I mean, you're gonna have to pay the real mana around here. Get them Dark Rituals out. Oh my god, Dark Ritual. Yeah, you could Dark Ritual this thing out by very soon. And then start hosing everybody's hand. It's a common. Oh my god, it's a common! It's just, to be fair, yeah, it's a Pauper staple. It's going to be in the mono black Devotion decks. That is Devotion. The, what's it? Grey Merchant of Asphodel just licking his chops over the Pearl Through. Alright, moving on. We got... Nassin Case? It's an island swamp. Okay, so it's like an underground river. Or sorry, underground sea. Nassin Case enters the battlefield tapped. It's funny, it's an island swamp, but actually the colors in the text box are Abzan. You can add a green. That is very unusual for an island swamp. And then you also have red, 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 1 generic tap. Target creature you control fights target creature you control. Then return Nascadence from your graveyard to the battlefield. How did I do that? How did it go from the... How did I even activate this thing from the graveyard? Impossible. The AI has lost its damn mind. Yeah, the colors don't add up. Now, yeah, it is technically a tri-land. Because it is simply an island swamp, which inherently taps for blue and black. We've gone over that before. So it is an island swamp that also... It's not a forest. You cannot fetch this thing as a forest. However, it will tap for green mana. But the 4th ability is impossible. Okay, hold on. Is this possible? No, it's not. I'm trying to think of how do I activate this thing and then somehow bring it back from the graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, you know what? No, okay, it might check for... It might be checking for multiple nests and cases. So if I have multiples on the battlefield, one's in the graveyard, I activate this ability. Have my creature fight its own creature. My creatures are fighting with each other. Stop fighting! Come on! We have common ground here. We're all supposed to be going after the enemy. Stop fighting with each other. And so the way I'm looking at this, you can activate this thing on the battlefield and take another one that's in the graveyard and bring it to the battlefield. So, I mean, that's possible. And for you commander players, just copy this card, and then if the original goes into the graveyard, you can bring the OG back. It's not possible to tap in graveyard. You know what? We've seen weirder on this show. According to the AI, you can tap anywhere you want. You can tap in the library. You can tap in your hand. You can tap in the graveyard. Tapping is not excluded to just the It's not exclusive to just the battlefield around here. 2 creatures fighting is a distraction, so you can bring this... Fine, we can bring this back. Also, could you make a creature fight itself? Let's see. Hold on. It didn't say another creature. Target creature you control fights target creature you control. Yeah, it can fight itself. Stop hitting yourself, damn it. Stop fighting. Don't self-destruct. All right. I guess it passes. Like, it's not wrong. It's a bit stupid, though. That's all. It's really dumb. But you could print this card. This is a total... Oh, Stuffy Doll. That's a great point. Stuffy Doll tech. Name somebody with your Stuffy Doll. Stuffy Doll hits itself. Hits them. All right, we got Stuffy Doll tech here. I don't know if you so badly need this. We have a Flying Nun. Reminds me of Mary Poppins. Okay, it's a blue... It's a... Turgray's Bad the Oatzener. It's a blue 3 generic 2/2 human cleric. Cleric it is. Behold the power of God. Flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, exile target creature. Holy shit, that's strong. Morbid. Turgray's Bad the Oatzener enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature that dies this turn. That is interesting. Okay, so you can board wipe and this thing comes into play as a massive creature. But like, even when it, who cares about that? Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, like everything is a removal spell. Ramp mana, like, you know, play a ritual, exile this. Counter that, exile that. Draw cards, exile this. At least the creature type matches the art this time. That is true. You go, I'll see you in hell from heaven, says the Turgray's Bad the Oatzener. No flash equals pass. Oh yeah, this would be a sick... What do you want this? I think this card's broken as it is. You want this thing to have flash after a board wipe? Certainly doable. Oh yeah, this just, what do you guys think? Is this doable? Benny thinks it's Zybers. I think it's broken. Like, I think this ability is just insane. You want your creatures to be permanently exiled? I guess if you make enough creatures, it's not a big deal. Exile not a May. Oh, so exiles herself. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, exile target creature. So if there's nothing left, she goes too. This is amazing. Okay, so, okay, maybe it is fair. It's actually balanced like that. It's not a May. So you keep casting instants and sorceries and exile creatures till there's nothing left. I guess what it is Turgray's, when there's no more creatures left, the job is done. And it's time for her to get exiled as well. It's 5 mana for a 2/2. Who cares about the 2/2 part? It's not even a 2/2. I mean, if you killed, it's got Morbid. If things died, she comes into play with tons of +1/+1 counters. Alright, Fright Spy. We have a blue 1 generic 3/2 Phyrexian Bear. They got the bear? Okay, we have blue with the ability. Special ability. Blue 2 generic. Exile Fright Spy from your hand. Create a 0/3 colorless Basil creature token with flying. That is an ability. You never know. Honestly, 2 mana 3/2. I might take that in draft. Otherwise, you could... That is a neat ability. That's pretty cool. So alternatively, you could cast this as a card, or you can exile it from your hand to instant speed, put like a blocker on the battlefield. So it would make attacks harder because someone would be like, oh, if I swing all out, I'm swinging for lethal. Oh, surprise. I mean, I guess it's like a flash creature in that respect. That sounds good. Face green smiling. Why would you do that? I don't know. But you know what? The bear creature decks, they need some help. Pass. It passes, by the way. Not that I'm getting rid of it. The Thriving Honor. Yes, congratulations, you blue thing. You've won the thing. I would like to thank the Academy for letting me be a spirit. Okay, what do you even do? It's a 3 mana 3/2. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. That's wild. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 2 cards. That's even more wild. So we get life gain and we got dredging going on. Self-mill is broken. in the right deck. This one's fantastic. Life gain players are like, yes, this is exactly what I want. Although the awkward thing is it's not really in the right colors that you want it. It's in is it. How often does is it want to gain life? Not often. Yeah, 100% off color. But that's the challenge to make it work. Yeah, the life gain colors are what? Black. They're Absen, right? Black, green, and white. Yeah, life gain in red. Life gain in red and blue. Just make sure you have a Wooburg commander. You just throw in your thriving honor. I'd like to thank the Academy for helping me get to 500 life in one game. I would use that my Grixis Unearth deck. Perfectly fine as the 3-2 for 3. Welcome, Adam. Okay, moving on. Yeah, we can pass that. I don't think there's anything wrong with doubling your life total. Doubling your life gain. Life gain could use some help, frankly. Okay, we got a double-sided card here. The Shimatsu Denda. It's a white 2 generic and legendary enchantment. Whenever you sack a creature, exile target creature an opponent controls until Shimatsu Denda leaves the battlefield. Oh, it's like a super oblivion ring of some sort. If you control 10 or more creatures, transform Shimatsu. How am I gonna transform this thing when I'm sacrificing all my creatures? And then it turns into Locust of Snake. It is a legendary land that is like basically tropical island. Well, I just need 10 or more creatures? 10 more creatures! And that sucks, actually. We downgraded the card. If I have 10 or more creatures, like, I don't need more lands. I think I have enough lands. What I really need is this damn Shimatsu thing. But I guess it's under control. I just have to keep sacking my own creatures to keep the creature count below 10. Oh yeah, this is insane. This is actually very, very good. Doesn't even leave the battlefield when it transforms. That's true. Oh! That's interesting. Sacrifice when it leaves the battlefield. Is that a way to, like, hide it? Hide the Shimatsu Denda? Turn it into Locust of Snake? Nothing to see here. It's just snakes. Snakes on a plane. Flipping is a downside to make it fairish. Or actually, or maybe it's broken because you exile the creatures until Shimatsu leaves, but then Shimatsu doesn't leave. It's still, I don't know how the rules work. If it flips, does it still stay? Do we still exile the creatures? If it flips, the exiled creatures don't come back. Like, that's how I'm interpreting it. Like, the physical permanents stay there. Snakes have locusts now? It's possible. Look at that big snakes. It's quite wild. Keeping creature count below 10 is banned, unviable. But it doesn't matter. Like, it's obviously it's gonna be in some sort of sacrifice deck, to some degree, in some way. Anyway, pass. I think it could be broken, but like, you know what? That's up to you guys to figure out. Make work. You little geniuses out there. Okay, the saddest Scythe Master. Oh, it's a Scythe Master. We don't have any of those. The Grim Reaper is supposed to be the Scythe Master. It's a red 2 generic 3/3 human wizard with lifelink. We thought that there was no red with lifelink. Well, think again. The Scythe Master gains life and can gain double with the thriving honor. Okay, sacrifice 2 creatures of the chosen type. That doesn't make any damn sense at all. Rat 2018 white spirit creature token with flying. They don't. Chaos did ensue over here. Chaos ensued big time. They don't. They don't what? They don't 2018? They don't token? They don't fly? This person voted for deeply. Not doable. Not doable at all. Just print for they don't. Imagine that was the only words on here. They don't. Sadist Scythe Master. Well, okay, moving on. Because they don't be playable. Thegan Thune of Arashi, the Great Soneman, for a green 3 generic. It's not a star. There's a first one. It is Star Plus. Whatever the plus as toughness is. It's a legendary god. Commander creatures have Devour and Lifelink. That's all colors. Okay, this card is just... Does it die instantly? The plus as a toughness isn't really a toughness at all. I don't even know what the star represents, if it represents anything. Laugh my ass off. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. The all-color lifelink. This thing dies immediately, or does it? Like, I know star, if the toughness was star, it would die immediately. I'm not as sure about plus. Does that mean it has to be above 0? Or is it plus 0, minus 0? It makes them all count, and it gives them devour. Anyway. What the hell power and toughness is this? It's completely unplayable. And unintelligible. It's uncommon, though. For anyone who needs to complete their god deck. It doesn't have 0 toughness, so it doesn't die. It's true. I think it would just act like an enchantment. But anyway, text box is or sorry, the power and toughness box is completely arbitrary. The Poor Brawl. It's a green 1 generic artifact. Tap, target creature can't attack or block. Okay, not bad. We also have a red, return Poor Brawl to its owner's hand. If you do, Poor Brawl deals 2 damage to any target. That thing is absolutely sick. I don't even like the look of it. I think it's broke. It's basically 3 mana, deal damage, and also creatures can't block at all anymore. So I can snipe things down. I'm telling you, 3 toughness is the new 1 toughness in Magic, in the AI generated world. First ability is permanent. Target creature can't attack or... Oh my god! Okay, forget it. We're upgrading this card. It's going to code red. Can't have this thing. Can't attack or block. It just... Okay, tap. It's nullified. It's worse than Mazavith. Forget the 2 damage to any... I mean, I guess that's the win condition. Whole decks will be built around this damn thing. The singular card. You just neuter every single potential creature the opponent has, and then just kill them with the Poor Brawl. Stun counters. No. This is permanent stun counters. It's like a stun counter you can't get rid of. Like a damn scratch on your back you can't reach. You can activate this card as long as you have red mana, as the return is not the cost. Pay red. Return... Oh, you mean... I think you... No, but I think it's the result. Yeah, returning it is not a cost, but you have to return it to your hand as part of the ability resolving. Although you could... Yeah, you could activate it 1,000,000 times, I guess you could say. You could, like, if you have, like, 5 red mana, activate 5 times, then you would just return it back to your hand once, but it'll deal 2 damage for each time that you activated it. There is some infinite damage. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, so you have infinite mana. You dead. Just have to have infinite red mana, and the Poor Brawl will get you. And 1 green mana. The colon means you can activate 5 times. Yep, you got it. Okay, we're all in agreement? We're all in agreement. This card is broken. Target creature can't attack or block permanently. Neuters the whole point of playing with commanders. The Revelry Animast is a black colorless 4/2 Eldrazi drone with Constellatilic. Rebellery Animist has fear. Creature tokens you control have death touch. This is just a regular normal card. This is the most normal card we've seen all day. The Eldrazi are back, baby. They're back and they're black. Actually, do you know what's unusual for this? Is an Eldrazi without Devoid. Every single Eldrazi that had like a color had Devoid. This is the actual first. This is the first like Eldrazi with color. Back in black. The Men in Black, people. And they're Eldrazi's now. All right, moving on. If you need your tokens with Death Touch, you go call up the Eldrazi. The Sonatory F. Frost. It is a 3/3. I guess it's blue-red, 2 generic creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay a green. If you do, until end of turn, any number of permanents you control gain menace and haste. Sure, why not, buddy? And we can also tap to add a colorless. And we also tap to white, add 1 mana of any color, so it filters. So with white, we can filter. We can add just colorless. So we can actually pay white to get the green. We can pay white, tap, get our green, so our permanents gain menace and haste. This is a very boring card. What I could say. It's doable. It's plenty doable. if you do clause means you can't activate the Poor Brawl multiple times to deal damage. Hold on, let's see. Pay a red, return Poor Brawl to its owner's hand. If you do, ooh, I don't know. I would need a judge for that. Yeah, I can't. I am not qualified to answer that question. Next up, we've got Ashvidor, the Pierce Eye. It is a red-black 1 generic 1/2 Eldrazi. All right, the Eldrazi, they're back. It's got trample. You never know when a 1-power creature needs trample out there. Whenever Ashvidor Pierce Eye deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. I love it. That's cash money right there. Oh, and more energy problems. Whenever Ashvidor Pierce Eye enters the battlefield or attacks, you get 4 energy? What the hell? Okay, now energy. This might break energy. Because you pay 3, get 4 energy, which is more than enough, basically, for anything else. And you get to it. All you have to do is attack, you get 4 more energy. And you immediately can get value. Pay 3 energy. Create 3 1/1 red doggin creature tokens. Do we get to know what a doggin is? Okay, that's not a doggin. I thought we'd get to see the doggin. The power plant Eldrazi. It looks like a power plant. There's a source of all the power in the multiverse. In the Ashvidor, the Pierce Eye. It'll burn coal. So effectively you get 3 mana for 4 creatures. That's actually insane. I actually like the card. It could be broken. Could be broken. Actually, this would see play. Hands down. 3 mana for 4 power, diversified everywhere. Hopefully overloads those damn Bowmasters and Ren and 6s. Not tappy tokens? Yeah, not quite the tappy tokens. 3 creatures, the card is legend. It is legendary. If you blink it, it'll be broken. Zombie Wolf. Why? Because it's been watching TV too much today? It is a white 3 generic Cephalid Rogue. Okay, who's the Zombie Wolf? The cute little guy on the right or the ugly Cephalid thing on the left? It's a 2/4. And 1 mana of any color. Oh, we got flavor text. Okay, finally. We haven't seen much flavor text today. Be fricked with Minotaurs. And 1 Wall's death is Undwins. Says Maury. Dad, exceptional spirit. We're going to give it a pass just for that flavor test. Be fricked. And frolic. Entomb Holy. For a red, blue, 4 generic, 1/3 Bird Scout. Whenever a player casts a spell, that player gains control of all graveyards. Whoa! Anybody. That's wild. Like, that's awful, actually. Like, so, okay, I cast a spell. Now I have control of all the graveyards. No. In response, I'm gonna oh no, you don't. You need to let the spell resolve, and then they'll have priority. Because if you cast a spell in response, oh no, they cast a spell, trigger goes on the stack, it resolves, they get the graveyard. Then in response to the original spell, then you can cast a spell and then get all the graveyards. Yeah, you thought that was your graveyard? No, our graveyard. It's everybody's grave. Well, actually, it's not our graveyard. It's my graveyard now. How would that even work? You just control their graveyard. And and the funny thing is, I guess as their creatures die, they still go to their graveyard, which is now your graveyard. Can I have this card? Oh, you love the graveyard, huh, Allie? You can't get control of graveyards. Hey! It's not how it works around here in AI world. That wording doesn't make sense with current MTG rules. If you ever been part of the show, oh my god, they bend rules all over the place. I like it though. I think that's new design space that hasn't been explored yet. You don't just control your opponent's library, you control their graveyards. It's like a game changer, but also like, okay. 6 mana, dies to removal fair. That's true. Dies to lightning bolt. Airbnb out of control in the graveyard. The last player who puts a spell in the stack controls everything? No, actually. Because this thing triggers, right? So you cast a spell, then this thing triggers, they gain control of it, but the spell is just there. You actually want to wait for this trigger to resolve, and then you cast your own spell on top, this thing triggers, and then you get like, and then you gain control of the graveyards. So it's not whoever's last thing resolves, because whatever, it's whoever's the Entomb Holy's ability. When that thing resolves, that's when you... The last Entomb Holy trigger that resolves is their graveyard owner. Let's look at one more for the road. Let's look at feed. Hold on, I got some super chats here. Platonic Liquid. We saw the Summoner's Jest, and then they don't is the evil twin of it's doable. I super agree with that. They don't. Okay, Feed Belt. Black, blue, 1 generic sorcery. Choose a nerve. Permanents you control become artifact creatures. You draw it. If X is 6 or moan, you win the game. You heard the card. If X is 6 or moan, you win the game. For each player other Thrite, force players, you lose the game. Oh no, I don't want to lose the game with each other player with Thrite. Get it out of here. Get out of here. Chaos ensued too much. Too much chaos. All right, as usual, if you want to be part of Coffee and MTG, got to be here Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Of course, thanks so much everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the Coffee Crew. But you also can be part of the Coffee Crew by being here every single day. People like Toads, Mr. Deadhead, Ria, Bread, Silver Sun Games. We got Doc, JML, Sebastian, Anna, Tormus, Supernova, Drago, Jessica, Matthias, Orvitus, Old Boy. Who else do we have here? We got Platonic Liquid, Erland, Silver Sun Games, Liquid, Soulfly, Spectral Maniac, Leaf Fisher, Manas, Flawful Waffle. I love the name. Love the avatar. Damien. Because as usual, my Coffee Crew, you guys are the show. So as usual, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.